Hello, I'm Bill Anderson, broadcasting live from the concert lobby here at the New Classical 96.3 FM, and we're streaming video as well on our website, classical963fm.com. Our guests today were born in Seoul, Korea, and educated at the famous Juilliard School in New York. They are constantly redefining chamber music as we know it, and New York Newsday has called them the new classical revolutionaries. Get ready to hear an exciting young piano trio. Lucia, Angela, and Maria. Here is the On Trio. The On Trio, Lucia, Angela, and Maria On. They're going to be appearing tonight at the Markham Theater. And we've just heard one of the pieces that will be on the program. It's a program called Brazilian and Beyond. And that piece called Skylife, I'd like to know how you found it. And Maria, perhaps we can start with you.
Well, we do a lot of collaborations with different types of artists, and this one we learned because we were doing a collaboration with a modern dance company in New York, and they're called David Parsons. Mm-hmm. And this piece was part of the 4 parts called Rise and Fall, and we really like it so much. It's written by the
David
Turtle Island.
Balakrishnan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a
The
bit about
Turtle Island
David.
String Quartet. Well, we love the Turtle Island String Quartet because they not only play phenomenally, but they write so much of their music, which we find so exciting. And unfortunately, we don't do a lot of writing ourselves, but we work with great composers. And so this was a piece written by David, transcribed for us by
But
Kenji
it's
Bunch.
become one of our favorites and our audience's favorites, and we love the piano trio version as well. So.
You guys are breaking new ground, doing your own thing. Lucia, and anybody who's listening on the radio can tell you are Maria's twin.
Yes, 10 minutes younger.
10 minutes younger. Oh, you're the oldest, I understand. Tell us about this decision of yours to form your own production company to produce your records so you would have this artistic freedom.
It was just very organic and very natural how it came about. We just decided that, hey, why don't we do something on our own and make it more free, and we can choose the engineers and we can choose the recording venue, we can choose. So the latest album that came out of that is called A Lullaby for My Favorite Insomniac. And it was recorded in Prague in a beautiful winter time. The snow was falling, and yes, we had planned the weather.
But we soon realized that it's really hard, we still needed somebody else to take it and
It's called
distribute it.
distribution, yes.
Yes, it's called a distribution deal, but it got picked up by Sony, and they've been doing wonderfully with it. And
And it's a wonderful
we
CD, and I
love
want
it.
to talk a bit more about it later. I do want to talk, though, about the fact that you love modern, current, contemporary composers.
Yes.
And the question I put to you, are these composers today, are they sort of building on the great masters of the 19th century, or are they just going their own way? And any one of you can answer that.
Well, I think composers are always building on other great, geniuses that came before them. What's really exciting about the composers of today is that they have even more than 100 years ago to build from. So the composers that we work write in every style, from classical to bluegrass to folk to, rock and roll, and it's so exciting. And think about what's happening in 2010. You really are so close to the entire world.
So
And
anybody
you
who
can-
says it's all
Right.
been written is wrong. Because some people say that about classical music. Oh, it's all been done.
It's happening in all different types of art, and I mean, it's happening in food. I mean, there's all this fusion, and it's sort of similar in music as well. I think the composers are able to take from every genre and
There's such a
make
huge
their
pool.
own. And I mean, people do that already. I mean, taking folk dances from different countries and all that 200 years ago. But it seems even greater now, because they just have more to choose from.
Want to talk more about some of the collaborations, and you have some unique ones. But first, play something else, Oblivion by Astor Piazzolla. And Lucia, please tell us about that.
Well, this is one of our favorite pieces, and of course a very, very famous song by Astor Piazzolla, and it's been recorded by amazing pool of artists, but we still had to do it because we love the music so
Well,
much.
it's still on our album.
Yeah, and it's still one of our favorites.
So it's
Okay.
on our new album, Lullaby for My Favorite Insomniac.
Get ready
Yeah.
while I remind everybody that the entree will be the Markham Theatre tonight, markhamtheatre.ca, the website you can go to check on tickets for that. They're here with us now live in the concert lobby at the New Classical 96.3 FM with Astor Piazzolla's Oblivion. You're listening to the new Classical 96.3 FM. We're streaming live video on our website, classical963fm.com. Our special guests, the On Trio, and they'll be at the Markham Theater tonight in a program called Brazilian and Beyond. I want to talk about some of these amazing collaborations that you have been doing with pop singers and with dancers and photographers and painters and kite makers. Tell me about that one, Angela.
Well, that was a concert that we did in the Great Salt Lake City, and it was kind of around the Great Salt Lake, and so we got to work with some amazing artists from all over the world that were making things inspired by the Great Salt Lake. But you know, we have these new collaborations. For example, with Pat Metheny, he just wrote us this amazing piece that we'll be playing tonight as well. So our collaborations really allow us to explore so many different genres and get to know so many different kinds of musicians and artists.
Yeah, one of my favorite collaboration was when we made an album with the rock band from the Czech Republic, and they're called Tata Boys. And so we did. There were a rock trio, and then we were a classical trio, and we really came together, and we did a lot of tour dates with them, and made an album together.
And that was fun because we were trying to be like each other. You know, I think we were trying more to be more like a rock band, and they were trying more to be like a classical group. Well, it really ultimately
was they were trying to make chamber music, you know, as a rock band,
and it was three. You know, it was two trios and complete opposite trios. And we were trying to be more rocked out, and they were trying to be more acoustic.
But isn't that what collaboration is all about?
Yes, so much fun.
Yeah. We learned a lot, I think, from each other.
We just don't want to feel like we're limited in any way because we're a piano trio, but feel absolutely the opposite and really just try everything as a piano trio.
Yeah, and we have another one coming up that will be so fun in New York where it's with the 90 Chan Dance Company, and Kenji Bunch will write us a new piece of music for that, especially for that collaboration.
One of the special things about the CD, A Lullaby for Insomniacs, is the fact that you do a version of a piece and then there's a dance mix.
Remix. Well, actually that was supposed to be a separate CD. I wanted a 2 CD, but anyway, we won't get into that.
Bonus tracks.
Right, but then it ended up being in the same one. But yes, we did collaborations with sound designers and DJs, and one of them, DJ Spooky, who's a very well-known artist in New York. And it was always sort of a dream of mine to be able to, why can't we have our own remix? I mean, other artists get their remix.
There you go. You mentioned Kenji Bunch, who has arranged My Funny Valentine, the Richard Rodgers classic from Babes in Arms, and I'm going to get you to play that for us in just a moment in the time we have left. Tell me a bit about Kenji.
Well, Kenji is a real genius of our generation. I really think that he is a little bit like our Leonard Bernstein, because he's influenced by everything, and he has a bluegrass band, and he's a fiddler, he plays the viola, and he is, to me, just the most amazingly perfect genius composer that we can absolutely love, and that our listeners also love.
Well, let's love it now. Here's My Funny Valentine, music by Richard Rodgers, the arrangement by Kenji Bunch. It's My Funny Valentine on trio style. I think you'll like it. Here at the new Classical 96.3 FM. On the new Classical 96.3 FM, the On Trio. You can find them on the classical charts. You can find them in Vogue magazine. And tonight you'll find them at the Markham Theatre. Check on last-minute tickets on the web at markhamtheatre.ca. Thank you so much. Come back anytime at all.
We had a great time.
You guys are special. That's all for now, live from our concert lobby.